How do you increase your chances of success in business? Let's say you own a business or you want to own a business. How do you make sure that you're successful? They say over half of all the businesses that start go out of business in the first year. And I completely agree with this statistic because I know why businesses go out. First off, they go out for numerous reasons, but I'm going to focus on one main reason today that really you need to focus on that's going to help you improve the chances of success in your business. Even if you're running a business now and you're doing okay, things go up and down all the time, and this video is still for you. You can still implement these things in your business to increase the revenue, continue to grow that business. So today's video is going to be super important that you watch all the way through, and if you get value out of it, please hit like and subscribe. Okay, so what do we need to do to increase our chances of success in business? What you need to do is you need to have more fishing poles in the water. Let's face it, a lot of people in business have one fishing pole in the water. This means that they have one flow of leads or revenue coming into their business. This can be, hey, we just rely on referrals. We have been staying in business for the last 30 years because of our string of referrals. I can hear it now, and I've heard this because I sit down with a lot of business owners. I own an insurance agency. We focus on business insurance, and we sit down with business owners all the time, and we hear their different flows. Okay, so a lot of people rely on referrals. Maybe they rely on only social media marketing. Maybe they rely on only networking. They are only getting referrals from networking. There's all these different lines, and usually if you're in business, you're really good at one of them. And what happens is when you're good at one of them, your business is like this. When the referrals are good, you're good. When the referrals are bad, you're bad. So how do we even out this high and low in business? In my first year in business, we did 100% outreach directly to our potential client. We would cold call businesses, and we would do really good one month, and then we're so busy working on stuff that we wouldn't do as well the next month. So our revenue went down, and it was up and down all the time. And I said, how can we even this out? What am I not doing? And I wrote down a list of the things that I'm not doing, and it's coincide with the things that I don't want to do, right? We usually only focus on the things that we're good at. So I have 6 things today. That these are the main 6 things that I wrote down, that I started holding myself accountable, and that's when our business went flying up, and it has continued to go up on a straight line trajectory versus being up and down. Okay, so these 6 things you're going to want to focus on. Okay, number 1 is networking. I know this is one of mine. This is one of mine that I need to get better at. I don't like networking. I don't like having to meet with somebody and have a beer and talk for an hour just to get a relationship, to potentially get a lead, because it takes sometimes 6 to 9 months to get a lead. I feel like I'm wasting my time. I don't want to meet with you for an hour. I feel like I'm wasting my time. And I also think that I feel like I can't really offer them something sometimes. I'm like, look, I don't know if I have a referral for you. So sometimes I feel like it's not a good relationship and it's kind of awkward, but I've held myself accountable, and it's crazy that when I started networking and I thought, oh, nothing will come from it, I wasted my day, a month later, a big lead would come in. And I started networking more and more and more, and now we have referral partners pouring into our business, referring us stuff just because they know us. And we try to reciprocate that. Sometimes it doesn't work, but networking will open up doors that you did not know existed. When you network with other professionals within the same client base of your current client base, you will get referrals just because you're at the top of their tongue. If you're in insurance and insurance gets brought up, your name's going to get brought up. If you're in lawn care and lawn care gets brought up, your name's going to get brought up. So networking is super important. The second thing is outreach, going on offense. A lot of companies don't go on offense, especially in the contracting world. You know, they're waiting for calls to come in. But what you need to do, really, if you want to even it out, you should be having some sort of outreach. That can be cold calling, that can be emailing, that could be door knocking. You're going out and you're talking directly to your user who's buying your product or service, whatever it is. So if you're doing roofing, you need to be knocking on doors of houses that may have older roofs, okay? So you need to be doing that to get in front of your consumer. You need to be doing direct sales, direct to consumer sales, because that will even out. You can control that. And usually once you have a long enough period of doing that, I did this with cold calling. I know that from the 3,000 cold calls I made the first 2 years in business I had, I know the percentage of sales we made, how many people answered the phone, how many deals we made from it. So then I could reverse engineer that with anybody else in my company that I continue to add as employees. And I can say, hey, if you were to make these amount of calls right here, you will find this success because I found this success. I have the data. If we have the data and we can put somebody else in that role, we can really project hiring somebody and seeing what revenue they're going to bring in to make sure that it's profitable. You can't do that unless you have the data. Okay, number 3 is referral nurturing. This is referrals from existing clients, people that have used your service or are using your service now, asking them, is there anybody else that you think, and this is really awkward. I will be the first to say I am horrible at asking our clients for referrals. I'm horrible at it. I have been holding myself accountable to do something like that every single day, and referrals have came from it. And it is the most awkward thing, but you're like, hey, am I doing a good job? Do you like what I'm doing? Okay, sounds great. Is there anybody else that you know of that would also benefit from what we're providing you? Do you know any other business owners? Do you know any other people? If you own a lawn care, hey, do you know any friends that you have that are looking for lawn care people? If you do, let me know. It's another pole in the water. You're putting another fishing pole out there. You're not going to get lucky in business. You're not going to get opportunities in business unless you have potential poles in the water. You need to have opportunities out there. And the more that you have, the more that's actually going to fall through and provide revenue for your business. So nurture those referrals by asking for them from your current clients. Number 4 is marketing. People do this or they don't. Okay, you're either committed to marketing or you're not. This is print and online marketing could be online, but you're committing to getting the brand out there. And this is hard sometimes because I don't do a ton of print marketing because we're national. We work in different states, so it's really hard for us to do that. But online, we've committed to saying, hey, we're going to buy so much in Google Ads a month, and that's going to produce this. And even though we may lose some months, we're committed to it because we're getting the brand out there. We're getting the brand out there. So you need to be committed to your marketing, because if people do not know you, they cannot buy from you. If people do not know your brand, do not know your business, they cannot buy from you. So in the community, if you're just in your little tiny city, you need to be sponsoring things. You need to have your name out there. You need to have the branding out there so people will buy from you. You need to be committed to this. Number 5, social media and digital real estate. I say this word digital real estate because I think it's so important, and that's with SEO, so search engine optimization. Digital real estate is that back in the day, people would walk through the mall because that was the only place to buy things. You couldn't buy things online. In the top store that people walked by, people paid a lot of money for that. They'd pay a lot of money for that lease because that's the prime real estate. Well, online, it's a shopping mall now. And there's real estate that is practically free. It's called SEO. If you create a website, and when people search lawn care contractor in Aurora, Colorado, and you're in Aurora, Colorado, your website should show up. And it should show up first or second or third. And you can learn this. You can teach yourself. I taught myself to do it on our business. And you can challenge me if you search trucking insurance in any major city like Atlanta or Chicago or Indianapolis. You search those cities, our website will show up. And that's digital real estate, okay? We didn't pay for that. We created our website in a way that allows us to show up on Google. It's called SEO, so that's digital real estate. You need to have digital real estate so people can buy from you by interacting with you in the virtual world, in the online universe, okay? So social media is another thing. Having social media content with your business allows you, a lot of social media applications and platforms right now are pushing out content to people that do not follow you. It used to be only people who followed you saw your content. Now people who don't follow you can see your content from Reels or Shorts or TikTok, and they can see your business. So why would you not be on those platforms? Why would you not want to connect with people who could interact with your business? And creating social media, at least 1 to 2 posts a week on those platforms to connect you with people that could potentially buy your product. If you're not on there, you're losing out. You don't have a fish pole in the water. If you don't have a fish pole in the water, you're not going to catch any fish. You need to have tons of poles in the water, and this is one that will really continue to pay you once you have it in the water, okay? Number 6 here, this is kind of an interesting one, but this is one that I've recently done, is social media documenting. That means you're documenting your process as a business owner. You're documenting your process of growing your business, and people are seeing that online. They're seeing it on social media. And what that does is people want to watch you, especially friends. They're watching your business. And then the more that you're active, the more that you're on the top of their mind, the more that you get those referrals. Sometimes the people that don't want you to succeed watch you all the time. So like I've created a YouTube channel, the YouTube channel I'm on right now. I talk about my business, what I'm going through, the journey. And that's another way for potential customers to interact with me. I've had people from this channel hit me up for business insurance. I've had people hit me up for calls, speaking engagements, different things like that connect me with more people. The more people that I can connect with, the more people that will potentially do business with me in my insurance company or do business with me in some of my other businesses. But I will not be able to do business with some people if I do not know them, if they're not connected with me. So documenting what you're doing in social media. If you don't brag about yourself, if you don't talk about yourself, nobody else will. Okay, so that means if you're doing great in business and you're documenting the process of growing your business, you need to be talking about it, because other people are going to see that and they're going to want to either one, join you, or they're going to want to connect you with somebody who can also help you. It's crazy how once people know that you're successful, things come flying your way. I've seen it. So these are the 6 things that I would do right now that you need to do to increase the odds of you being successful in business. You need to have more fishing poles in the water if you want to be successful. You need to have more opportunities, and the only way to do that is do these 6 things right here. So if you enjoyed today's video, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you.